ばんは。新年明けましておめでとうございます。というわけでコールオブクトゥルフかだったっけ。ちょっとねやっていきたいと思います。いいよね、狂気に陥るっていう書いてある。鈍感ゆえおぞましい最終の時まで正気を保てる者がいるなら、その者に神の地位があることを願うかな。まずしょっぱなからここどこよって感じだな。すごい、なんか深海の中。
麻雀教えていただきありがとうございました。また教えてください。お願いします。
あ、花さん、さっきお疲れ様でした。これうっせえな。サウンドうっさくない？全体下げる、ちょっと。感度上げすぎたかな、視界の。お、魚の骨めっちゃ綺麗に食ってんね。なんかサメばっかり食ってんのかな。サメってなんかアンモニア臭とかでなんかすっごいまずいんじゃなかったっけ。ちゃんと抜かなかったらクソまずいって聞いたけど。サメばっかり食ってんだよ。やばくね。
コールオブってついてたので FPS かと思ってました。
俺がデューティー系やってると思ってちょっと見に来たってやつだね。違うんですね。原さん、クトゥルフとか知ってんの？お、なんかある？ちょっと感度が高すぎるな。コントロール感度もうちょっと落として。
怪物が出てくるとした絵文字。
ああ、怪物ね。うん。怪物というか、まあまあまあ、なんて言ったらいいんだろうな。外の神様的な、宇宙からの神様みたいな。取れないんだけど。取れないんだけど、アイテム。あ、これで取れるようになるんだ。明るくなったから取れるようになったみたいな感じ。
ヒゲがタコの足みたいになってるでかいやつとか絵文字。
ああ、はいはいはいはいはいはい。 ヨグソートスとかなんかいろいろね、ヤルラトホテプとかね、有名なので言ったら。これあれかな、ポルトカッターでさっきの鎖潰しに行きゃいけるのかな。
ボードのワックスが消してくるのでロムります。
はい、了解、いってらっしゃい。私に続き、違う？私に続き運命は逃れたいほどにお前を削り込む。字幕さ、もうちょっとできねえかな。もうちょっと大きくできねえかな。できねえのかな。さっきのところ負けとく？あ、ここ開けれないんだ。左行けない、右行けない、左行く。そう思ったがなんて粗末な弱き者なんだってこと？あ、シャチまで食ってんの？サメだけじゃないんだ。海でもなんかめっちゃ食いまくってんね。お前は選ばれた。見よ。運命はもう定められている。ただお前は自身の運命を変えようとするのだろう。夢の世界。
I wonder why I still take these things.
俺が戦争から戻った時に医者が処方したものだ。なんか戦争から帰ってきてなんか医者に処方してもらったけど、なんか
I used to be an avid reader.
最近その夢を戦争から帰ってきて
Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. Married woman runs off with her girlfriend. The husband couldn't understand it.
婚の女性が女友達と夫には理解できなかった。ほう、なるほど。女性同士でゆりカップルか。運命を左右します。
It's been a while since I jotted down something other than my nightmares.
こういうなんかあれなんだね。小規模トラウマ。エドワード・ピアーズは第一次大戦の退役軍でムース・アルゴンヌ攻勢に参加した敵軍の砲火を浴びて壊滅したアメリカ部隊ロストバタリオンの数少ない生存者である。声優の亡骸に、囲まれながらも食料も医療品もなく数日間にわたって持ち耐えることを余儀なくされた兵らは同からは死亡したものとされていた。ピアーズはそのトラウマを背負っている。それについて悪夢を取り払うために睡眠薬や酒に怯えている。じゃあ溺れているか。なるほど。だからさっきのあれがあったんだね。
Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
電話かかってきた。
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
キャラクターポイントこれで割り振れと。なるほど。オカルト攻撃の使い方と起源を判断したり、神話の知識を証明できる可能性が上がる。医学持っときたいね。オカルトを持っとく。
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related matter, may I raise a sensitive question?
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem. And I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I know that's a lie. She would never have done such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that I have. Look. I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Oh.
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture. That's all you've got? The painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Ah, さっきまでこの辺見れたのに見れないもう。大きいですね。
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family.
あ、ダークウォーター。ダークウォーターってあれあったよね。なんだっけ。あれに。レッドデッドに。大きすぎかって情報少ないな。出火元はダイニングで一家全員が犠牲になったという。キャストは事故とし片付けているが、サラ・ホッキンスの精神的虚弱という主張を通す。それはなぜだろう。切り抜き、サラとダークウォーター出身の地球はチャールズ・ホーキンスの結婚について書かれた本の記事。二人はここで一人息子のサイモンとイントン生活をしている。
It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Darkwater? Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things?
何か見えて
What
い
do
た。
you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life.
何が見えてたんでしょうね。
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter...
That is what... Go to Doc...
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice. Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic. A good old story of blackmail in a speakeasy. Darkwater is off the coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then. All I have to do is go to the port. Natural sciences, linguistics, archaeology.
なんだろうね。この絵には、これ娘さんなんかな。もう一人誰かいるよね。なんかと、もう一人誰かいるよね、これね。誰なんだろう、これが。もう一人娘さんなんかな。
The Wentworth Agency doesn't attract top-notch cases. I used to be an avid reader.
ティーブン・ウェブスター、さっきの人だね。チャールズ・ホーキンス。これがそのサラの夫か。サイモン・ホーキンス。まあとりあえずその36号倉庫を探しにダークウォーター島に行くと。完全に精神なんかやられちゃってるよな。
Almost there.
もう少しだ。なんか悲鳴みたいな聞こえたけど、あー言うてたけど。あれなんかもう壊れた船あるよ、すでに。
Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to Darkwater Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank you, Captain Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you? Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
Nice young woman. And a great painter. What a tragedy.
You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you. Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
こで釣りしてんの。これどうやって荷物下ろしたん？合ってないんやけど。お、かかったかかった。あ、かかったんちゃうんかい。一瞬かかったんかと思ったのに。
Hey, Sullivan, can't you go any faster?
You've seen how old this thing is. If we force it too much, we'll break everything.
You can't do that.
But it's only a fish.
A fish? You've got no idea. Don't badmouth what you don't know, or you'll pay for it for sure.
Okay, that's enough. Step back and let us do our job.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna...
The same goes for you, sir. Move along.
Don't treat me like another one of these locals. You're completely overwhelmed, and you could do with reinforcements.
What are you thinking? That you can call the National Guard to an island like Darkwater? For a stranded fish? Gosh darn, Mr. Not like another one of these locals. Go give your valuable advice somewhere else, huh? Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't... Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy! They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots.
You can see that I'm busy, can't you?
You can't... Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy! They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble. You can't understand. You're not sailors.
Only a specialist would know what killed him.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy! They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh,
シャチなんだ。
He's gonna get us into trouble.
What?
You can't understand. You're not sailors.
What?
Don't put that...
What?
You can't understand.
What? 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 What?
Don't put that beast back in the water.
What?
You can't...
What could have done so much damage?
Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters! You're crazy! They're cops. They can't understand.
Come on, can't we sort this out? You can see he's half drunk. There's nothing to sort out. Your chum...
Nothing for you here
stir
either.
us up.
Beat it.
But you can stay to watch if you want. You can pick up the pieces.
Come on, you bastard! You'll see what a true sailor's got in his belly. You hear that? You bilge rats don't scare me.
What did he
Nothing
call
for
us
you
just
here
now?
either.
I said
Beat
you were
it.
a bilge rat. And even a...
失せろって言われた。このカンテナ取れないんだ。お邪魔しまーす。
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You saw what happened. He's the troublemaker.
Oh, you're a true mainlander. A real princess. You strut around with your la-di-da ways, and then, as soon as the pressure arises, you start squealing. You don't have what it takes to drink my whiskey. You've got to earn it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
I didn't expect to find alcohol on this island. What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her vision. Was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Torture?
Yeah. Well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable?
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of dock water, when our whalers left for long months and came back sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous then.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams?
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
Oh, yeah? That must have been before you came looking for a fight in my bar.
Oh, come on. Because of a little tussle.
Drinking it here is a privilege, and I grant the privilege to whoever I want. Anything else?
That'll be all for now.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
And the doctor, what did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
You said it.
She will do it again.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
Bye. あんたの後ろの確認、あ、これか。
The miraculous catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
あ、ダークウォーターは飢饉から救ってくれた。奇跡の獲物っていうのはなんかその時に取れたんだね。調査と筋力がさっきなんかムービーに出てきたお姉ちゃんだね。
What you looking at, stranger?
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
You again.
That'll be all for now. Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
60ドル。まだ海に戻ってないわ。
I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman cat.
Cat ってさっきの女?
Broken. This place seems half abandoned.
これなんだ? 壊れているって何が壊れてんだ? わかんねえよ、暗くて。
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover.
ここトイレか。
A souvenir from a more prosperous era. I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years. The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor.
2階もある。
This man and Fitzroy could be twins. What a macabre souvenir.
Oh.
What a macabre souvenir.
I've brought out the Charles Hawkins cargo manifests. They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
Oh, いなくなってる一瞬で。ああ、びっくりした。
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
It's you who lays down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
I'm just back from the wharves. The dead killer whale is unsettling the sailors.
Ah, yes. Us men of the sea are superstitious folk.
Killer whales don't have many known predators.
That's true. And normally, they're not found around here. But, you're gonna take me for a fool.
Give it a try.
Have you heard about the depths? Trenches that plunge into the earth and that shelter creatures unlike any other.
You're talking about mythology.
Indeed, you're right.
The police took the decision to put the killer whale back into the sea.
You've got to understand them. They didn't know what to do with it.
I think that was a mistake. Who says that whatever caused those wounds is no longer in these waters?
You think we should have kept it?
To look into the real cause of its death, at least. The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glory. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor.
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
Are you being blackmailed?
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
I'm looking for Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
It belonged to the Hawkins family.
Precisely. Ship owners from father to son.
I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse. I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
ちょっと移動してる。喧嘩してたのやめたの？あら、どこ行くん？あ、二人は酒場の中に入って、もう二人はお前ら密造酒なんかって言って書いてあったよな。
We're no longer at home on our own island.
Calm down. It's not worth the effort.
I told him, that flunky, that he'll see what a real sailor has in his belly.
If you continue like that, everyone will see what you've got in your belly.
I hope so. I hope they don't forget the lesson. Me? I'm not scared of some girl.
I mean they're going to cut you open, you idiot. Calm down.
That's it. Maybe we should let him take it. No. No, the risks are too high. It's a book, after all. Pure knowledge.
彼って誰だ？
What? Another break?
One of those damn sailors came looking for trouble again.
But he won't try again anytime soon. We gave him a good hiding.
So you said to yourselves that after such a feat, you could abandon your post.
It's just a little drink. We taught those guys a lesson.
We'll return right after. It's just that standing guard in this alley makes your throat dry.
That fool Fitzroy can't keep his dogs on a leash.
I'll have to send him a more clear-cut message.
路地の見張り？なんか路地の見張りとか言ってるよ。
You saw what happened with those sailors. Don't hang around here unless you want trouble with the bootleggers.
I've seen the kind of messages their boss sends. You're not scared of her.
Of course I am. Everyone's scared of that woman. She's not interested in small fry like me. You, on the other hand, nose around too much, you'll have dealings with her.
This warehouse looks abandoned. Why does it interest them so much?
No doubt a question of territory, but I ain't asking. You want to know more, go ask the captain.
Good. Thank you. I shall take my leave.
You're back again. What can I do?
Apparently the bootleggers don't want anyone hanging around.
They're part of the private property I mentioned earlier.
And yet the place looks abandoned. Why guard?
As a precaution, I suppose. All the warehouses are more or less in...
You mean that there's a way to go from one to the other by tunnel?
I couldn't tell you if it's still the case today for all the warehouses on the island. But I think I can imagine what you've got in mind. You can...
Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
That's no way to treat an omen.
Oh, yeah? He's gonna get us into trouble.
どっから探ろうかな。また釣りしてるわこのとこで。
There. Hello, old friend.
会場いいね。これどうやってしまうんだ。ライター持ったまんまなんだけど。 これ。
I can't even say which language it's written in.
何見つけたの今。セーブ連弾。クジラとおげんの守護精神。あー。なんか印が刻まれたんだ。なんかそのセーブ連弾のなんか像があって、でなんかその後になんか変な印が刻まれたらしい。登れないのか。
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
That statue represents...
What do you mean by...
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like...
St. Brendan. Until those assholes defaced...
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early?
We got nothing better to do.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down...
So we drift.
The two guys behind you.
The bootleggers.
They're protecting their territory.
They really don't have a They're more scared of...
If only they would...
Is it Cat who's shaking down?
Oh, hold on, just...
Nothing...
I've taken an...
We'll see you...
まだ怖い要素ないね。
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
Not even. And don't go looking there. Keep your eye...
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut.
Why, we don't have a clear conscience.
Quiet. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry...
We saw you talk. Go die of thirst, the lot of you. It'll stink.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you...
Everybody knows us on...
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of this... And we let no one...
I went to see the statue of St. Brent.
What makes you think we did it?
We're bootleggers, not savages.
Who do you think defaced the statue?
What do I know?
The sailors.
Who?
Cat.
What?
She's the boss, yeah. She's...
Shut up, you dummy!
She must be quite intimidating if she...
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightened.
And she doesn't like to be taught.
I've got to enter the Hawkins where...
No, it's very simple and...
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just...
And we don't give a damn about you.
I bid you, gentlemen.
嘘をついて入るか、それとも向こうから行くかで物語が変わんのかな。
You're back again. What can I do for you?
I shall be on my way.
So come...
これライター戻らないのかな。ライターが毎回出てくるんだけど。
I told you to beat it.
邪魔しないで言ったでしょっての。やっぱ向こうから行くか。やっぱりそこから行ってみるべきよね。蓋開けれるなんて。
I could use this old winch to lift the grating, but it's been completely taken to bits. There must be some spare parts amid all this clutter.
パーツバラバラになってる。
This tunnel goes under the warehouses. A whale vertebra. If the newspaper clipping in the bar is true, this bone is a real fossil. A ratchet device. Exactly what I need. This handle will be perfect for the winch.
こっちに上がれるところはないのか。まだ足りないんだ。何が足りないんだ。 ちは上に上がれるとこはないよね。あ、ここだ。
It should be possible to mount this cogwheel on the winch.
あった車。
Looks like everything is in its place. All I have to do is turn this handle. I hope it's not toxic.
なんだこら。おお、なんじゃこいつ。タコ。指定都市を見た。なるほどね。ただの階層だったけどみたいな。なんじゃこれ。人の手がいっぱいある。
This is primitive. Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins?
何再現シーンって。
What happened here?
これはなんだ。あ、この中でなんか起こったことの再現シーンを見るのか。
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here? It smells as bad as it looks. Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this? Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Le Petit Parisien. Who might keep a news clipping about Sarah Hawkins? Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is has something to tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there? You! Don't move! The Hawkins case has been wound up. Let the dead rest in peace.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose. God damn it. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage, or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why, you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
Who the hell are you? What were you doing on my turf? I've got my eye on you. We'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building? That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
結構遠いな、屋敷。息子実は生きてたパターン
Well, here we are, Hawkins mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you? The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas...
Not soon enough to save the Hawk.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have...
He's clearly not doing...
You know, Silas Winchester, Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, is there anything else you want?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the...
It's got nothing to do with Charles Hawkins' debts.
Ha! So, since you already know it, the Hawkins... It remains to be seen what they did with all their money. I wager it was Charles Hawkins' trap. Let's go up there.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my conviction.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been anything else.
まだね、怖いとこはね、全然ない。
I prefer to be prepared.
It's a wise attitude. But
could he be a problem?
Strict, though, he's a remarkably sturdy man, given his age.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you...
Night falls quick.
I'll go with you.
Why not? You can have...
Right. Let's go.
こっちは何？こっち見ていい？
ストーリーかなり凝ってそうですね、絵文字。
そうね、確かに。まあ、クトゥルフ神話自体がね、結構凝ってるからね。小さな木彫りの奥地。結構クトゥルフ見るとあれだよ。
Recently fallen. It's as if all life has abandoned the place.
面白いよ。
風呂入るので落ちます絵文字押す。頑張ってください。
はーい、いってらっしゃい、お風呂。待ってくれてる。そっちなんだ。でも私はこっちを見に。あ、でもこっちか。先にそっちに行くのか。
Poor kid. Poor kid. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Do you know if Charles Hawkins had any enemies?
Not to our knowledge. He was a well-respected personality. I don't understand. Silas...
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was...
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's...
Let's go to the man.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary? And steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing. Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
Poor kid. So.
何もねえな。
I'll have to find another entrance.
の入り口を見つけろってか。
This entrance is still in use.
Whoa! Whoa! You were trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. Let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Sarah Hawkins' father sent me here to investigate the death of his daughter.
Webster, huh? I understand how he feels. But me? I want the dead to rest in peace. And that means kicking the ass of gumshoes like you.
Why would you not want me to help understand what happened here?
I've got nothing to hide. Tell me what you're doing here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident. But Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked. And I make sure it stays that way.
The sooner I carry out my investigation, the sooner I wrap up the case and return to Boston. After which, you'll never hear of me again.
Huh. I like the sound of that, but I have a better idea. You leave right now.
Silas! Pierre!
Officer Bradley, this hood was trying to break...
Do something, Bradley, or this story will...
I vouch for him, Silas. He's working with... We have reason to believe that someone entered the mansion.
Impossible. I would have seen it.
Better safe than sorry. Now let us in. I promise to keep an eye on...
Okay, then. I'll leave the key with you. You could have told me...
Let's see what more I can learn from this mansion.
Stop bothering me.
Piers, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas.
You're right.
I'm with you.
俺刑事というかさ、警察と一緒に来なかったらどうなってたんだろ
う。Follow me. I know the place. Who left this light on?
The Last Supper of the Hawkins. What does this tell me? What kind of meat is this?
なんだこれは。
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
これ何の肉や。チャールズの姿がないぞ。
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor. Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched? Something happened at this table. An argument?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next.
Sarah Hawkins and little Simon. The perfect picture of the middle-class family. Charles and Sarah's wedding, as painted by Sarah herself. Was Charles Hawkins some kind of explorer? Too much rubble. I'll find an easier way. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed. The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? They had a fight. Why? Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker? If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
喧嘩になってバーン倒されたってこと？火事の時にはサラもう死んでたとか？
Should someone escape the fire? Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee. And the boy.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I think that some of your colleagues should turn in their badges. This room is bursting with evidence that seriously contradicts the official inquiry.
Well, of course, Mr. Holmes. Like what?
I found a bottle of whiskey. Empty.
Well, that must have been a loss for you.
No glass. I suspect one of them drank heavily to calm down. Charles, most probably.
That's pretty thin. Who says that bottle hadn't been there for a while?
I can tell where young Simon was, but not his parents. Where were their bodies found?
I can't help you on that one. Charles and Sarah's bodies had already been carried away when I...
Without your authorization?
Marshall, Andrews, Chief West. We never deal with cases like that, you know. So...
It would seem at least one person fled.
What'd you say?
That mark on the door. Someone's hand slid down there. The left side has no mark. The door was open and that someone left.
For God's sake. I mean, if it's Charles or Sarah, they wouldn't have left their son.
They would rather die in the flames as a family instead of calling for help?
Oh, yeah?
I was under the impression the fire...
Yes, Silas banged on our door around...
This clock burned before 10 p.m.
That's impossible. What you imply? Silas never would have hurt the Hawk. Besides, Dr. Fuller confirmed the hour of death in his report. Your clock must have already have stopped.
Honestly.
That's troubling, I have to admit. And Dr. Fuller is an authoritative figure. A brilliant surgeon, and a friend of the family. So, excuse me if I value...
So be it. I firmly believe this... I think the Hawkins couple got into...
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
This door is locked. These bandages are covered in dried blood.
あ、なんかおかしくなってきた。ゲームが。あ、戻った。いや、なんかおかしいな。ゲームがバグりそう。
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
やばい、バグりそう、これ。ちょっと一旦、配信一回切ります。
Moby Dick. Melville's classic.
やばい、切れなくなった。
The epic battle between man and whale.
やばい、バグった。